When the fog settled over Crow's Perch village, my mother forbade me from approaching the forest. "There's a curse in there, son. Older than our prayers," she whispered, clutching her rough wooden rosary. But that night, I heard a whisper, my own voice, calling me from the darkness, though I knew I hadn't spoken a word. I'm a shepherd, a simple man who only knows the path to the pastures and back. Our village is poor, surrounded by a dense forest, where the trees stand so thick that sunlight barely pierces their branches. They say there was once a monastery here, where monks prayed to God but betrayed him, trading souls for power. The curse that followed still wanders the woods, hiding in the fog. This spring, the fog changed. It lay on the ground like something alive, creeping between the huts, peering through windows. Villagers whispered it was a sign. The curse was returning. I didn't believe it until I found the amulet. It happened on the pasture, where my sheep suddenly panicked, as if sensing something in the air. I saw a glint between the roots of an old oak, a small metal object, like a cross but etched with strange runes I couldn't read. When I picked it up, a chill shot through me and a whisper echoed in my mind. "Find us." That night I couldn't sleep. The voices wouldn't stop, my own but frail, frightened, like a child's. Then I heard my mother's voice, though she slept in another hut. "Why did you abandon us, son?" I ran outside, but the fog swallowed everything, and I saw shadows. Tall, thin figures moving between the trees. They had no faces, but I felt their eyes on me. The next day, old Thomas, who tended cattle near the forest, vanished. Only his boot prints remained, leading into the darkness. The villagers gathered by the well, murmuring prayers, but I saw fear in their eyes. The village witch, Adelina, whom everyone feared, approached me that evening. "You brought it back, boy," she said, pointing to the amulet I'd hidden in my pocket. "It's the key to the monastery's curse. The monks bound their souls to darkness, and now it wants more. It wants you." I threw the amulet into the fire, but it didn't burn. Instead, the voices grew louder, and the fog thickened, like a wall. Every night I saw shadows creeping closer to my doorstep, heard the wooden floorboards creak underfoot, though no one was there. My sister disappeared 3 days later, leaving only her scarf, soaked in a cold I couldn't explain in our warm hut. I returned to the forest, clutching the amulet, knowing it was the only way to stop the curse. The fog enveloped me, whispering my name, promising peace if I stayed with them. I found the monastery ruins, stone walls overgrown with moss, and in the center, an altar where bones lay, shifting as if breathing. I threw the amulet onto the altar, and the ground trembled. The voices screamed, and the shadows lunged at me, but I ran, not looking back. When I emerged from the forest, the fog began to lift, but I heard my own laughter behind me, cold and unfamiliar. Now I sit by the well, staring at my reflection in the water, and I see it smiling, holding the amulet in its hands. The fog is returning,